Oh, gosh.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Another Foodie Show. We're going to round out the weekend. We got my brother-in-law, Adam, back. He crushed it on Friday talking about building a business and with lasers and crazy numbers and shipping
cool.
and flying all over. It was cool. So definitely go back and check that out. But we're going to get into the food side. And this dude actually knows more than all three of us put together about meat. So we'll get into it right after this.
He's an onion.
Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnny and Dana will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show where the fun begins. Cooking up a storm with all our chef friends. Reviews and recipes that will blow your mind. Live shows and laughter, a good time you'll find. Join us for the ride on this culinary quest. Johnny and Dana will never settle for less. Laughs and interviews that will educate. Another foodie show, don't wanna be late. Another foodie show.
Yo, Adam's back. And
Round two.
He's been sitting at that computer since Friday night. What a dedicated guy. No wonder his business is successful.
No shower, no nothing. Just
nothing.
Actually, I changed my shirt, right?
Now things are getting going. I love it. Hey, what's really funny is if only James Grubbs knew how much his life was about to change in just 24 hours from that intro, where that clip of him in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was just helping.
Just chilling, just trying to fit in. 2 days later, bang, world champion. Crazy. I just realized that was like every time I really enjoy the intro and like I look at the clips and it dawned on me. I was like,
yeah, I just made a note. I got to work
like
on those.
Non-emotional in that. Like he was very emotional by the end of that trip.
Yeah, he like literally less than 24 hours later, the guy filling up the breadcrumb stuff.
The meat guy.
He won world champion best sausage in the world at the American Royal. So it was like,
I think that's an award we all want, guys. Honestly, like I can't. Now that I know that's an award, I can't die without having that award.
American Royal, dude.
It's really funny.
Add it to the bucket list.
His sausage was what got him voted off his Netflix show. So it was like the ultimate redemption for the guy.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, he got
like losing.
Voted off Netflix's America's Barbecue Showdown.
And
then
he
can't make the sausage. And a year later, check this out. Or 2 years later, check this out, bitches.
Then we had one of the judges on as a guest that voted him off the Netflix show, and we got to break him the news of it. And his response was, well, I hope it was better than that damn shit he served us on this show.
Yeah, straight up.
So, like, I think we have more coverage of Grubb's sausage career than any network ever on social media world, man. We know too much. But what's funny is it's all documented. So it's like Tony's not even telling secrets. I'm just giving you a recap of
100%
archives, you know.
And then once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
That's what he said.
Deep storage now.
Yeah, deep storage. But anyway, Adam, welcome back. The meat guy now. So Johnsy. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was taking the lead there.
That's when I met Adam, he was going to school and then he was working for his family's meat company, which started with a truck. And I'll obviously let you tell that story. I don't,
Yeah, is that my segue? I'll take it away.
Yeah, take it away, big guy.
Let's talk meat, folks. So, yeah, I'm Adam Heffner. I am a third-generation butcher. My great-grandpa was a horse thief in Idaho, and his son was Virgil, was my grandfather, and he got started doing slaughter competitions in Idaho with his 3 brothers. So apparently at the county fair, they used to bring in 4 sheep, and they would have a slaughtering competition at the county fairs. Who could do it the fastest, the cleanest, this whole thing. So him and his brothers would travel around Idaho, and they were the championship sheep slaughtering team in Idaho for a few years. So
that's amazing.
That's the best title ever.
Here, I'm just trying to grow the biggest pumpkin in the county. I mean, that's way cooler.
Dude, Virgil was a wild man. He served in World War II in the Pacific Theater. He started a meat business with a kill truck. So he had a truck with basically the same thing we use at the Matanza, Johnsy. Isn't that
way to bring it back.
There we go.
So just like that truck at the Matanza.
Oh, geez, man. This guy.
Well, he's drinking Rangers, so we're going to win this battle, guys.
It's got a big boiling vat on the back that has like little lifters that flip the hog out. There's a little crane on it to lift the animals up by their hindquarters. So pretty nice little setup. And he had this little 22 rifle that we actually still have in our family gun safe right now. Nice. There's electrical tape holding the barrel onto the stock because it was just a work rifle. You were using it at point blank all the time, and he kept it in this pickup truck. So he used to go make money by slaughtering animals for local farmers in the Central Valley in California. After the war, he was stationed in Southern Cal, so he moved up to the Valley, and he was processing animals for farmers around. And basically got paid cash and offal. So he got the drop. My dad was raised on brains and eggs, was their Easter special meal. A lot of tongue, a lot of liver, a lot of tripe. Really, the guy was eating all the...
From rooter to the tutor.
Yeah, my dad will crave some weird stuff. Like, he loves smoked pig's feet, and he microwaves them to warm them up. So, like, there's just something special about the smell of microwave smoked pig's feet in your house.
Special.
That smells like dad to me, like dead animals and smoked pig's feet. That's dad's home,
There you go.
So he was raised in that whole lifestyle and was definitely processing animals and working at the first butcher shop, which was down on 10th and E Street, and it was 103 E Street. And my first business here in Tennessee was 103 E Street. So it was like the same address, different parts of the country.
How about that?
Yeah. So anyways, at this point, we're in what's now an auto shop. It's a little small place, and it's surrounded by, behind it was a tractor dealership, and they had the popcorn popping all the time, like you'd go into the hardware store. Mm-hmm. They had like fresh buttered popcorn back there. And then right next to us was a coffee roaster. So it was like fresh roasted coffee and popcorn and butcher shop. So I don't know why I'm tripping out on smells right now. But you guys said it's the foodie show. So like, I feel like you guys get how crazy all these scents are.
Oh, yeah.
It's
funny. It's instead of word association, it's smell association.
Mm-hmm.
I think smells have like memories with them. Like
for sure,
100%, man. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I could go on and on.
That's a good food. That's a good topic.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm talking about it, I don't know why, but all the scents are like what's like hitting me. Like I'm like remembering being in that place, going through this story here in my head. So this little butcher shop had one patty machine that could make 3 rows of patties at a time, had one block grinder, screw conveyor, and a mixer grinder that could do, I want to say it was 1,000 pounds per batch. So like 1,000-pound hopper. And that was every 20, 22 minutes you could get one out. So, pushing 3,000 pounds an hour times, let's just say it's a 10-hour day. That's 30,000 pounds in a day out of that machine. So he was supplying all of the Snow White drive-ins when A&W still had a bunch of drive-ins. Wendy's only sold fresh hamburgers, and they couldn't get them around the country fast enough. So they would use local meat shops. So he was a early supplier of Wendy's when they were, everything had to be fresh. So, Wendy's saying fresh, that shit was fresh.
I was going to say they said fresh, never frozen.
There you go. You heard it here first. I know I don't mind a good Wendy's burger, man. I love a good Wendy's burger.
Yeah. I mean, they're the real deal. And I could tell you more food brands that are the real deal. There's a lot out there that are doing things well. But so my dad picked up that place in the 70s, late 70s. And at the time it was a union shop, and he busted the union in the late 70s, I think when Reagan was in office, and there was all kinds of the laws and stuff were changing. So breaking the union is like a really tough thing to do, right? I mean, you've got all these guys at the union hall, they're trying to beat you up and like meet you after work and shoot you. And so I'm just saying, like, my dad is a tough son of a bitch as well. He's really mild mannered, but yeah, when he gets mad, it's
yeah. Hey,
run!
No, he's the real deal.
And if he's threatened, just don't threaten him. Be like, he doesn't, he doesn't need it. So
he's very unassuming. You would never ever think he would spark that side, and then just
yeah. And he's not loud. He doesn't cuss. He's not screaming. He just gets so dead serious that everybody just snaps.
Wow.
Anyways, sorry, we're going all over here. But so he got the place. It was like 30 employees. He broke the union, and then he just went on this growth spree. So by the time, I got really involved in it as an adult, he already had 130 employees, and they were pushing about 180,000 pounds a day out of there. Yeah. So huge volume. And I started working there when I was 6 years old. My dad would bring home boxes for us to label. So we'd pre-label all the boxes that were going to the grocery stores or the distributor. And, we'd get paid $5 or something for the night for labeling boxes for probably 3 or 4 hours, And then we got to work on the patty line, bagging hamburger patties, like frozen hamburger patties. They just come down the conveyor belt in a stack with the paper interleaved, already frozen from the night before. And then you're just like scraping your knuckles on frozen hamburgers all day, like, standing on a milk crate. We're all wearing smocks and hairnets and everything. I had my smock rolled up 4 times so it wouldn't, hang down past my hand. And like the gloves didn't fit. So just no gloves in there, just, raw dogging it. And that was my opening to the meat factory. And pretty much every time I did bad in school or was just fucking up in some other way in my life, it was, all right, wake up at 4, go to work with dad at 5, and go there until 7, and then we'll take you to school. Because if you don't apply yourself at school, this is going to be your life. You're going to be a line worker somewhere, and this is going to be what you do. So if you want a dumb job, then, make dumb choices. So they were always just giving me the shit work. They never set me up really to be an owner or anything like that, because my dad had to buy the shop from his dad. And the lawyer laughed at him when he saw the price he was paying, because he said my dad paid too much, and laughed in his face. And so, like, he was not going to give me anything. If anything, I had to buy that place. And at that point, it was so big. It's like, how, like, that's not going to happen. So that was never really an option for me. They were just like, go to school, figure out your own thing. This thing is not your thing, And I did all the bitch work from, worked my way up through the whole shop, trimming and eventually running rooms and pieces of equipment and being like, foreman, line lead, and then running all the rooms. And then I started doing the marketing, which I really like the marketing side. That's, why I still do all the social media stuff, my other business and all that, because I just think it's fun, man. Like, super creative, and you're able to reach a lot of people. So I was doing marketing for him, and then his general manager had a heart attack. And right before that, he caused a 2 million pound ground beef recall across the United States and the Pacific Rim. So I was dealing with the New York Times and a PR agency and all these news publications around the world asking about our ground beef recall, and like totally unprepared. Luckily, we had a PR firm that just gave me a script, and they said, don't say anything but these 2 paragraphs. They ask you any questions, just read them one of those 2 paragraphs. That's all you're allowed to say. Like, so they wrote these 2 paragraphs that pretty much answered every single question that I was asked, even in like a roundabout way, you know, kind of like a politician does, I think.
Right.
So they've got people that are master writers.
Masters.
Like they're the ultimate wordsmiths. Like
exactly.
Everything's a trade in this world. Anything you get good enough at, you can turn into a trade. Like,
right. No doubt.
Even just writing stuff down. So I got pushed into this general manager job while he was in the hospital. And that's when I started really learning business. It wasn't part of the plan. It just it fell into my lap. The hole needed to be filled. We thought this guy was coming back. So, my dad was just like, well, you just fill in and everybody around here will help out. You know, we'll make it work. And so I did that job for almost 3 years. And in the process, after the recall happened, obviously we had to refund a bunch of money. We had to destroy product. We had to, fly and move material around to get it secured and back in the good graces of the USDA, which I don't say USDA. USDA is awesome. They do a great job. But when you screw up, they know where all of it is, and they will make you get it. So that was all pretty ugly. But when the general manager came back, he ended up taking our largest customer's funding to start his own meat business. And so we lost 50% of our revenue after he caused this huge ground beef recall. And so the place just ended up going under. And we fought the good fight. We did all the deals we could. We hired this guy that used to run corporate banks. So a lot of people don't know this. There's a retail bank that me and you walk into, and there's this whole other type of bank called a corporate bank. Yep. And they don't have a front teller. There's nobody to go visit. You can't go get a counter check or make a withdrawal or a deposit. It's strictly office. And they will change their funding base from the U.S. to the LIBOR depending on the currency exchange rate. So they can change their entire bank over to a European bank if the exchange rates are better, and back to a U.S. bank if the exchange rates are better. These guys are very sophisticated bankers. So my dad found this retired guy that used to be a director of 2 of these different commercial banks as a consultant while we were, on the downward trajectory, but we still didn't know if we could save it or not. So that guy, in about 12 months, gave me what I call my redneck MBA. So that's where I learned business, was from this guy, Garvin Warden, who used to be a director of commercial banks. And so he basically taught me every single lever you can pull in a business to save it and turn it around, where to get cash, where to get funding, how to sell different parts of your business, sell old inventory, how many people you can work with or without, and how to analyze your labor rates. And anyways, learned a ton about business there. And that's what's made me able to figure all those other things out, because business is its own trade, just like welding or electrical work or butcher shop. It's all those things are trades, and business is just another one of those. So, in that process, I've been to the Center of the Plate training, which is written by Greg Olson, who's the guy that wrote the NAMPS book for the USDA. It's the code book that everybody uses to buy and sell meat in really the whole world. I got to go to Certified Angus Beef and do their training, which is actually in Worcester, Ohio. So it'd be cool if you guys could touch them and maybe see if you can come to one of their events, because CAB is a marketing company. They don't own any cattle. Certified Angus Beef is really just a genetics line. And then they've gotten the USDA to write in their own grading, qualifications basically into the NAMPS book.
So, what is it? The top 7 or top 11% of coarse angle of course, marbled Angus beef or something like that?
It's top third of the choice classification. So it's just shy of prime because choice it's been a long time, but basically the animal can be, I think, either 18 or 24 months old before, even if it has the marbling, it's still not going to be considered choice or prime. So CAB has a shorter time frame, and they also control the genetics so well and the feed ration that goes to all those animals. They have really consistently figured out how to keep hitting that top third choice in a high percentage of their animals. So CAB is the genetics, the feeding program, and you get the certification to grade your stuff as CAB. But so it is better than most of your choice, but it's not going to be better than prime.
Prime, right.
Okay.
And really, if you know what you're doing in the supermarket, you can pick out the top third choice out of all the little styrofoam trays. You're just looking for fine marbling, separation, no veins, no dark cutters, no blood clots,
right.
And you could pick it out yourself and save the money. But if you don't know what you're doing, certified Angus beef, not a bad shot. Consistently, maybe you're buying a whole primal or something at Costco or Sam's Club, and you can't actually cut it in half and really see how the marbling is in it.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I might go ahead and buy a CAB because I know it's going to be that top third of the choice grade.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of my best
Pro tip, folks. Pro tip.
Yeah, some of my best briskets. Well, I've only cooked prime brisket a couple times. I just don't see the point. I get roasted on that, but I really think it takes more skill to make a non-prime brisket amazing than a prime brisket amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's arguments for both ways. I think if you're smoking it and you're breaking down all that collagen anyways, I think prime is not a good choice because it's just going to break down into mush, and you still want that little bit of bounce you get with animal source protein. It's you get that bite through, and then you also get a little bounce off your teeth, and that's something all these meat replacement guys are trying to figure out. Is how to get a good air, a good bounce. And the funniest thing about all of them is they're still trying to make it taste like beef.
Meat.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are a veggie burger. Just make some delicious veggies. I've traveled some places and had some
incredible. I'm sure.
Vegetable.
Yeah.
Bro, put some cheese and mustard and mayo on that thing. I will hog it down.
I remember there was a veggie burger that had
rotten cabbage that's so effing good. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I've had veggie burgers shredded carrots and stuff like that in it, and I thought for a veggie burger it was pretty good. I mean, it was all right. I would eat it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, the best ones are mushroom based. Okay. There's a company we were working with, and they almost had, what was it? It was the Burger King contract in India, because in India cows are sacred. So they still wanted to have their signature burgers, but they knew they were going to have to come up with a meat replacement if it was going to be successful in India. So they found this company that was, I don't even remember the blend. There was so many non-disclosure agreements with these guys. I don't even think they gave us the recipe. They were just kind of looking under our skirt and seeing if we could handle the volume and if we had the right equipment and organization. But their mushroom burger was the closest thing I've ever had to are you sure this isn't beef? Because it had that mouthfeel, the texture of a mushroom. Mushrooms even have striations in them, just like muscle fiber.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was really cool. Run those through the grinder and taste them, but that was a good product. We also made a cherry burger. It was a company called Pleveline, and you could reduce the fat content of the burger and increase the moisture content by putting cherries into your ground beef mix. So if anybody's trying to go lean and you're making this 90-10 or 95-5, God save your soul if you're eating that. But if you're making a really lean burger, put some fresh cherries in the mix, and it doesn't taste cherry flavored at all, but it'll put moisture, and the cherries will hold on to the moisture and act as a good binder to replace that fat.
Nice.
Okay.
Two
Cheers.
proteins.
All right, let's get a little weird. You've traveled a lot of places for the meat business too.
Yes.
And where's some of the cool places that you've gotten to travel to, and tell us about the food that was really good there.
Okay. Let's see here. This one wasn't work. I was just a spoiled kid. This was 17. I got to go on this dive surf trip in this island chain called Tuamotu, which are atolls. So it's kind of by French Polynesia, kind of by Tahiti, but really in the middle of the ocean. And an atoll is an island that's really imagine like a ring that's broken. So the ring represents the land, and there's land all the way around. But where it's broken, the ocean gets to come into the center of the island. And
Sounds like a good fishing hole.
Oh, dude, yeah, you could go. We went skin diving in there several times where you can spearfish, you just can't use oxygen. So, yeah, you just you get your spear gun, you cock it back, get some big deep breaths, lay on your back, and try and relax a little bit, and then dive down underneath there and just go grab lunch. It was absolutely nuts. And the visibility on the water was insane. It was like a movie. So we're flying from Tahiti to Whakarava, with where the airport was, and you can see the shadow of the airplane on the bottom of the ocean. That's how clear the water was.
Wow.
I don't know if I want to see that much underneath me, though.
Dude, the place is a trip. So
That's clear.
Yeah, if you can get to the middle of the Pacific, get there, bro. I want to live there, but it's super remote. All the houses are made out of cinder block or plywood. That's the only two building materials on any of those islands. They all have rainwater catchment, because if it doesn't rain, you're not drinking water. It's some hard living out there. And we were fishing and traveling between each of these islands, usually by night, but some days we're driving around in between the islands. So every time we're driving during the day, we're trawling for fish, and there was tons of tuna out there. So we lit up on some ahi tuna, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, but we had a French chef on our boat.
Nice.
And he made a fresh loaf of French bread and sliced up this tuna and made some sesame soy sauce thing real quick, just whipped it up, and it was delicious. And we had ocean temperature tuna sushi with fresh French bread. That was
that's a foodie experience right there. That's ridiculous.
Minor flex.
Yeah, that was, if you want to know craziest places and meal, that's got to be top 3 for sure.
That's the top one we've heard on this show for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, we've had some guests too. I mean,
yeah,
we've heard some stories.
Yeah, I've never heard that one though.
That one, yeah.
Nice.
All right, way to peak at 28 minutes into the show, Adam.
I mean, I could tell the shark diving story next, or we could do the soul garden.
I have one quick question for you here, and it's a real easy one probably for you. Who's cooler, Johnsy or the father-in-law?
My father-in-law?
No. Yeah. Me or Reginald is what he said.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You were
Reginald.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
Wow.
Johnsy for sure.
Oh.
No. I can't lean too hard into the other one because, brother-in-law, sister's my wife, but Johnsy 100%. Wow. I don't know what conditions you met Reg under, but that man's a wild card.
They have not met him. That's the thing.
You've never met him?
They never have. No.
I talked to him.
He's awesome guy to talk to. Super conversational.
Well, text, I guess. Via text. We haven't had that phone chat yet.
Even safer.
He's a charmer, though. That guy will charm you.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, man. That's funny. Is there ever so in the meat butcher shop, all that, is there any kind of cuts of meat that you haven't got to really dive into that you have always wanted to, or you got to seems like you experienced a good bit?
I mean, pretty much everything I wanted to do meat wise, I've done. I mean, I got to play with a lot of stuff and meet a lot of cool people. So I've made prosciutto, I've made sausages, summer sausage, made hot dogs from scratch last summer with my dad because he still has. I bought him a sausage like processing equipment line, so he's got a little grinder, a bowl chopper, a stuffer, little saw, and he's got himself a butcher shop set up at his house right now. So we still go out there and make sausage, a couple times a year, and got to eat Wagyu in Japan. Had all the, the American Kobe style. I can't remember what they call it. But yeah, I've ground all kinds of stuff that isn't supposed to be ground together. The best burger is pork fat and beef.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
Yeah, you get yourself like, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Probably start with something pretty lean, like a flat iron or something, or a sirloin. Yeah, if you ground up some sirloin with about 15 to 20% pork fat, that was the craziest burger we ever made, but we couldn't get the shelf life out of it because the pork fat goes rancid. So you need a good 12 months shelf life if somebody freezes their burger, and you can only get 6 out of it. So I'll just make those like to order at my house. That's my favorite kind of secret burger. Or if you just want to freaking grind something straight, get a brisket. Grind a straight brisket, and it's the perfect fat content. It usually comes out like, I don't know, 83% lean, 17 fat.
If you think about, I think Grubbs who we talked about, he's like, if you ever want cheapest burger, just ground up brisket, because it's like you can get it for like $3.94 a pound or $3.49 a pound or whatever. Yeah,
chuck or a brisket all day, man. That makes great grinding material.
Yeah, they're good cuts of beef too.
Yeah, we had like the IQF tunnel, so we used to freeze hamburger patties in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So,
dude,
that's getting it.
Freeze it in there.
Yeah, it ran over negative 200 degrees. So we're running straight CO2 into there, and there's fans that are blowing top and bottom, and you're actually trying to get the patties to float a little bit if you get your fans tuned just right, so they're not even touching the conveyor belt. But that always didn't work out perfectly. But the IQF freezing actually makes the burgers have higher moisture content. So if you're ever in the freezer aisle buying frozen patties, you'll see some that look like they're frost burnt. They've got like white kind of haze on them. And a lot of times they're not even paper interleaved. And that's the real key, is if there's no paper between them and they look frost burned, 100%
frozen.
They've been IQF frozen. And the IQF freezing makes it so as that water expands and crystallizes inside of the blood cells, it doesn't puncture the side of the blood cell and rupture it. So your blood cells stay intact when you freeze it fast enough. And so that blood holds the moisture and the beefy flavor. So if you get IQF frozen patties or even like chicken, you'll see it. They'll put it on the bag sometimes. That's actually going to be a higher moisture content protein source than the ones that maybe look brighter red.
Very
pro tip number 3.
Oh, that's 3.
That's an interesting one.
Now, are the boxes or packages actually labeled there? Or you just got to know what to look for.
If you just see through the clear part of the package and that hamburger patty looks frostbitten and it doesn't have paper between it, it's IQF frozen.
Okay. Yeah, I've got some.
Yeah, if you look at a stack and like it looks like it's smushed up and then that part looks freezer burned, then the rest looks red, that's not IQF. That's just freezer burned.
I got you. Yeah.
But they'll all be uniform and they'll just look frosty. Like a frosted mug over that hamburger patty.
I got you. Yep.
So should have good luck with them.
Fascinating.
trying to think of some more meat knowledge. Oh, the New York steak. This is one of my big pet peeves. I love New York steaks, but 2/3 of them are a vein steak. There's this diagonal vein that runs right through the middle of the damn thing and ruins any bit of tenderness. And somehow, even if you cut the vein out, it's still chewier, tougher meat right next to it. So people love New Yorks, but they'll eat the vein steak. And I'm like, that just garbage. Like, it just ruined the whole thing. Why did I spend all this money? So I'll
just get a ribeye. Just get a ribeye.
Dude, I will just.
I don't know. I mean, the strip to me, the strip to me is like, it's affordable though. Like this week, like on sale for like $9.99 a pound. Like, can't get ribeye for that ever.
No, but you got to pick through and find the center cuts. So look up a picture of a vein steak, or if we can pull one up, we'll show you that diagonal vein that goes through it. And then, because you can pick through, and usually the packs, if the butcher knows what he's doing, he's going to put like 2 or 3 vein steaks and 1 center cut in each pack. But if the guy doesn't know what he's doing, you'll have all vein steaks, all vein steaks, all vein steaks, and then all center cuts. So if you go to a big enough meat market, usually you can pick through and at least get 3 out of 4 center cuts or 4 out of 4 center cuts when you're buying your New Yorks, and just a better experience. And you didn't spend any more money.
Yeah.
But it's not always that pronounced, but it is always diagonal. So even if you see like, it looks like marbling sometimes, like just this dark kind of purple diagonal line. Yeah, you can be fooled and think that's marbling. But if you spend the time in the supermarket, you definitely get a better steak that way.
Yeah. I'm a fan of those flat irons, man.
Yeah.
Yes, those are awesome.
And the
skirt steak.
What's that?
What?
Or skirt steak.
I love skirt steak.
Oh, skirt steak. Yeah. Yep. Flank steaks are really good. It's just so damn expensive. They're real proud of those things. And then the top sirloin is always a fantastic cut for cheap too.
Yeah, sirloins are solid.
I like the sirloin cap personally.
Yes.
The picanha.
Picanha. Oh, what is it? Colette? The
Colette.
Yeah, Colette.
Or the culotte.
Yeah.
That's the Greek word for asshole is culotte.
That one, man.
I mean, it's off the sirloin, so it is the butt. I kind of wonder if it came from the Greeks.
Right, that's funny. Probably.
I mean, words travel.
Say real quick for everybody, if you ever see a bavette steak, it's just flank steak. I just wanted to throw that out there. I had to Google that one. I didn't know, so.
Oh, here's an interesting story. You guys want to know why the same cut of meat has multiple names?
From the region of the world of which they were cut at.
Nope. So
marketing scheme.
U.S. Congress got involved in meat prices because there was, some extortion and the mob was involved, and, meat started getting a little ridiculous. So they made a standard price ceiling for every single cut of meat that you could not charge more than X dollars per pound for each cut. So what they did is they just started changing the names of the cuts, or they would all of a sudden, now you have a center cut ribeye, now you have a center cut strip loin. Oh, that's not a T-bone. That's a porterhouse. That's a completely different steak. So that's what they did to work around the prices.
That's awesome.
There's a way. That's the best excuse ever.
Yeah. Oh, another cool history story about the meat industry is Henry Ford did not invent the assembly line.
Yes, that's a fact.
Yeah. Have you guys talked about this?
No.
Oh.
What's funny, we just got done talking about this, and I just said, I'm sure he stole it from somebody, and then we went on to a different discussion. So this is actually hilarious timing because we didn't dive into it.
So Henry Ford got his idea from the stockyards in Chicago, where they had a disassembly line. So
taking the animal
for the assembly line, because they were putting the animal up on the rail, and then the guys were standing in one spot, and the animal was moving down through the stations, and you were just removing your one, primal or subprimal, or, gutting them or skinning them, doing your one process. And then the animal was working its way through. So Henry Ford did the opposite and put the wheels on, the frame, the axle, and assembled. But the original idea comes from butcher shops.
And that's
Suck
where
it,
he
Henry.
from. There we go.
Just saying. He gets credit, and it's not due. It pisses me off every time.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in that time frame that got that same thing. So.
Yeah, I guess I better not get too woke, but still. It's my
That's a Saturday
wokeness.
show. That's our yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Johnsy?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a trip. We covered a
And
lot
Adam,
of this. Hey, just so you know,
I don't even have any more. All the rest of the questions I pretty much know. I was there.
but the answer to your the answer to the question that was brought up, Adam, you are right. The coulette did come from the French word, because it did mean that it was the backside, the fat that covered it.
Okay, I thought it was Greek, but apparently it's French. So
Yeah, it's French.
Well,
but you were right, though.
They're probably all
French,
very
Greek,
similar sounding.
they're all the
French,
same.
Italian,
Yeah.
Spanish.
But you was right.
I'm
The
an
reason
asshole
they
when I
called
hear
it.
one.
Right.
Yeah, the whole
Adam, way
meaning
to
was
just
you was
credit
right.
your whole time on the show with that mess up. Way to go. I knew I was fugazi. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm full of shit, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's funny. Good stuff. I appreciate you sharing all that with us, man. It's been a good time getting to know you and hang out with you for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming to Ohio, man. I got to come see you guys.
Dude, it's beautiful up here. Well, you're always welcome. You're always welcome.
Excellent. Likewise, you want to come down to Nashville, dude?
Also, yes.
We will
Also,
do
yes,
some
yeah.
tonking, my brothers.
There's actually, it might be happening sooner rather than later. We'll figure all that out.
Teaser,
boy.
teaser.
Yeah. Always dropping teases.
Yeah.
You gotta keep the tricks guessing, Adam.
Just a little Salt Bay with the teaser there.
No. Like you said, we're not going that woke.
All right. Full sprinkle then. Full sprinkle.
Yeah. Regular dude size sprinkle. Yeah.
Regular Dude Network approved sprinkle.
Yeah, we're going to dude approved sprinkle. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we don't need that fancy coarse salt.
Oh man. Well, again, Adam, thanks again, dude.
Yeah, thank you, my friend.
Really awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It was really fun hanging out.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome anytime. And boys, get us out of here.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys watched Friday's show where Adam told the whole story too. Well, we'll see you guys next week, starting Friday.